you're probably looking older than you actually are. And your makeup might be to blame. It's not your fault. These are tiny details that almost all of us repeat, even professionals. Today, you're going to learn the 7 makeup mistakes that dull your glow, age your face, and how to avoid them so you can start looking younger right away. Stick with me until the end, because what you discover today might bring back the radiance you thought you'd lost and help you look more vibrant without making things complicated. Mistake number 7. Lipsticks that are too dark or dry mattes. There's something we need to accept with pride, Queen. As the years go by, our lips change. They get thinner, lose their natural color, and, as if that weren't enough, those little lines start appearing, especially when using matte, bold lipsticks. Now picture this. On top of all that, you apply a burgundy lipstick, or brown, or dark purple, dry and flat like stale bread. The result? Your lips look thinner, dull, harsh, and you? You end up looking way older than you actually are. Avoid dark shades and dry matte finishes. All they do is harden your features, take the light out of your smile, and add years without permission. Instead, go for juicy shades like rose, luminous coral, soft pinky nudes, or gentle berry tones. And always choose creamy textures or hydrating glosses that reflect light rather than absorb it. If you're wearing red, pick one with a cool undertone. Think of Julianne Moore, always flawless, always glowing. Have you ever seen her with dry, flat lipstick? Almost never. She chooses soft, satin finishes that make her porcelain skin look even more radiant. Because Julianne isn't trying to look 20. She's aiming to look like a woman of the world, sophisticated, serene, and incredibly confident. That's the kind of message your lips should be sending. Here stands a woman who doesn't need to shout to be heard. Her elegance speaks for her. A little trick that works. Dab a touch of gloss right in the center of your lower lip. Nothing over the top. Just that pinpoint of light that makes your lips look fuller, more alive, more you. This small change won't just make you look younger, it'll make you look more present, more you, more queen. And if that little detail can transform your entire smile, wait until you see what a difference blush can make when it's applied incorrectly. If you're enjoying these tips, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Yes, we talk fashion, but more importantly, we talk about self-worth, personal style, and feminine power. Mistake number 6, misplaced blush. Blush, that tiny pop of color that, when used right, brings life to your whole face. Applied correctly, blush doesn't just enhance your look, it revives you. But when it's off, it can make you look like you just ran a marathon or walked out of an 80s soap opera. Blush brings color, but it also adds joy. It creates dimension while softening the overall makeup look. It's like taking a gentle morning walk under soft sunlight, leaving your cheeks with a glow of calm, happy energy. Many women apply blush low on the cheekbones, thinking it's the perfect spot. That's a classic mistake. If you add too much or use the wrong shade, the effect can look like a bruise. Instead, apply blush to the highest point of the cheek, right where your cheek naturally lifts when you smile. Blend it gently, up toward your temples in an upward motion, like someone softly brushing their story onto their face. A perfect example? Andie MacDowell. Picture her silver curls and beautifully blended blush, pure visual poetry. Her face looks lifted, soft, feminine. The color doesn't sit on her skin, it seems to come from within. And that, Queen, is true artistry. You can use cream blushes or satin liquid formulas that melt into the skin. And don't sit on top like uninvited guests. This isn't just about adding color, it's about lifting your mood, boosting your self-esteem, and adjusting your crown. And now that we've learned how to bring life to our cheeks, let's be careful with what we're putting on our eyelids. Because not everything that sparkles makes you look youthful. Are you enjoying these tips? Then don't miss my ebook, More Elegant Than Ever. It's a complete handbook to help you refresh your image. Link in the description. Mistake number 5. Dark or metallic eyeshadows during the day. Darling, I need to tell you this with love, but also with clarity. Avoid using metallic or dark eyeshadows during the day, especially if your eyelids already have some texture, fine lines, or sagging, which, by the way, is completely normal after 50. When you wear these types of shadows during the day, they create uneven reflections that highlight wrinkles, make the eyelids look droopier, and, well, it's not the radiant effect you're aiming for. It's more like a 90s disco ball. And that's not the vibe we want. Now don't get me wrong. This isn't about erasing all shimmer or depth. It's about choosing the right formula, in the right amount and placing it strategically, like on the brow bone or inner corner, while pairing it with matte earth tones. Think Angelina Jolie, majestic, bold, but always perfectly balanced. When she wears eye makeup, it's elegant. Her shadows are almost always matte, with just a touch of shimmer in the inner corner and some mascara. She never hides her eyes, she enhances them. Because makeup isn't meant to cover, it's meant to highlight. Opt for silky matte shadows in earthy tones, soft peach, subtle shimmer, or dusty rose. These define the eyes without adding visual weight. And remember the golden rule. Blend, blend. And guess what? Blend again. Because nothing ages you faster than poorly blended eyeshadow. Want to brighten your gaze? Do it with purpose, not with glitter. A subtle, well-placed shimmer is like the perfect piece of jewelry. It doesn't steal the spotlight, it elevates it. When you choose the right shadow, you're not giving up shine or drama. You're refining your glow. A glow that's calm, sophisticated, and doesn't need to flash to be seen. And what's coming next might completely change the way you see yourself in the mirror. Mistake number 4, thick eyeliner. Let me speak from the heart here, the way a good friend would over coffee. Thick, harsh, black eyeliner, the kind that tries to add intensity, but ends up looking like a highway running across your eyelids, is a crime against your beautiful, mature gaze. Avoid thick black eyeliner that wraps all the way around your eyes. Instead of defining, it hardens your features. Instead of enhancing, it closes your eyes in. A line that's too dark and heavy only makes dark circles stand out, drags down the eyelid, and steals the serene light that a woman gains when she learns to see the world with wisdom. So, what should you do instead? Go for definition, yes, but with softness. Choose eyeliners in warm brown or soft black tones. Apply them in a thin line, like a soft cat eye, and blend them out gently, like a whisper of shadow. Think Salma Hayek, a woman with an intense gaze yet always elegant. Her eyeliner never screams. It's barely visible, but it perfectly frames her almond-shaped eyes. She applies it only on the top lash line, blending it upward. And the result? Her eyes look lifted, awake, and youthful. And if you want a touch of brightness, forget about that stark white pencil that never fooled anyone. It only makes dark circles worse. Instead, try a satin finish eyeshadow in vanilla or champagne right in the inner corners of your eyes. That opens up your gaze with class. And if your mascara is dark brown, even better, especially if you apply it only to the top lashes. This one simple change doesn't just redefine your eyes. It softens them, lifts them, and makes them unforgettable. Because a woman doesn't need Cleopatra-style eyeliner to be powerful. Her true power lies in how she chooses to look and to see. And speaking of choices, there's one we often make out of habit, not realizing it's draining all the light from our face. Mistake number 3, too much powder. If by the end of the day, your skin looks dull and cakey compared to how it looked in the morning, it probably wasn't time catching up to you. It was excess powder. Avoid applying powder all over your face as if you were sealing concrete. Especially those heavy talc-like powders applied with dense brushes. The result? Your skin looks dry, your lines show more. And all that glow we need after 50 disappears. Powder should no longer be a shield, it should be a strategic touch. Where? Only in the T-zone, forehead, nose, and chin. And it should be applied with a loose, soft brush, barely grazing the skin. Look at Helen Mirren, the actress who seems to have made a pact with elegance itself. Her skin isn't perfect, and it doesn't need to be. But you'll never see her powdered like a sugar cookie. She uses lightweight powders that diffuse light gently. And if she needs her makeup to stay in place, she uses hydrating sprays, not layers of dry product. So if you're going to use powder, make sure it's your ally, not your enemy. Choose ultra-fine loose powders that soften without drying. Preferably pink-toned, translucent, banana shades, or even lightweight mineral powders. Apply only where you truly need it, using a brush or puff with delicate, light taps. If you're using compact powder, use it sparingly. Like perfume? If it's obvious, you've gone too far. With this small change, not only will you feel more comfortable, you'll look fresher, lighter, more like you. And speaking of freshness and lightness, there's a part of the face we often weigh down too much without realizing it. Mistake number 2, overly dark eyebrows. Eyebrows. Those tiny lines that can lift or completely break your expression. And believe me when I say that overly dark, harsh, or stenciled-in brows can age you by a full decade. Instantly. Avoid filling them in entirely with dark pencils or compact shadows. That Sharpie-like brow color? Let it go. What once worked for you probably doesn't anymore. And that's not a loss. That's evolution. They're brows that instead of enhancing your natural beauty, overpower it. Dark, blocky brows with squared-off shapes that don't fit your face or follow your natural bone structure. They do more harm than good. The key is softness. Use brows that are harmonious, not harsh. A great example is Thalia, a woman who always understood that excess is the enemy of elegance. Her brows are soft, well-groomed, but never overdone. They don't distract from her face. They frame it with grace. And that's the difference between a woman who just puts on makeup and one who truly commands her image. Go for subtle brow makeup using a pencil or pomade. Something you can build up and blend out. Well-shaped brows open the eyes. Lighten your expression and give your gaze a gentle warmth. That's real beauty. The kind that honors your face, your age, and your essence. When you look at someone's face, notice that brows are the frame for everything. The most important thing is that they complement the natural harmony of your features, that they match your presence and feel like you, no matter their shape. This isn't about following a trend, it's about finding the shape and thickness that enhance your gaze and help you look fresher and more youthful. Your brows should support your face, not dominate it. They should say, "This is me," not, "These are my brows." With this small adjustment, you don't just balance your features, you bring sweetness, harmony, and freshness back to your entire expression. And what's next is the mistake most women make without realizing it's erasing all the light from their skin. Mistake number 1, heavy or matte foundation. And here we are, Queen, at the most common, most silent, and sometimes most heartbreaking mistake of all. The one we make with the best of intentions, thinking that covering up will make us look better. I'm talking about using heavy or ultra matte foundation. Avoid thick, dry formulas, full coverage types, or anything that promises to keep you matte all day long. Because at this stage, your skin doesn't need to be covered like it's a shameful secret. It needs to be honored, respected, illuminated. The goal is not to hide, it's to unify, not to erase, but to enhance, truthfully, with skin that looks dewy and radiant. Think of Meryl Streep. Have you noticed her skin? She's a perfect example of how a light, satin, or luminous foundation can make a mature face look polished and radiant, without losing any of its natural expression. Her skin looks cared for, hydrated, alive. She achieves that glow because she understands something essential. Less is more. And the right kind of less is pure elegance. Look for lightweight fluid formulas that melt into your skin. Apply them with a loose bristle brush or a damp sponge, using a tapping motion, never dragging. The trick is to build your coverage strategically. Use a thin layer across the entire face, then add a bit more only where it's truly needed. Spots, redness, small imperfections. Nothing more. A truly well-done makeup look doesn't start with foundation or end with lipstick. It's a sum of everything. Glowy, hydrated, vibrant skin. Because when the skin is properly prepped, with that soft, luminous texture, everything you apply on top looks better. The foundation blends in, blush becomes part of the skin, and the light reflects beautifully. Dewy skin doesn't scream youth. It whispers it with class. And that, Queen, is the secret that turns any makeup look from ordinary to extraordinary. And please, forget the mask effect that ends up looking more like armor than makeup. Your skin is not a battlefield. It's your story, your map, your crown. With this change, your skin won't just look fresher, it will look freer. And a free woman, Queen, is always more beautiful. Because real beauty isn't built with layers, it's built with freedom. When your skin stops hiding, your essence steps forward. And that's when makeup stops being a disguise and becomes a celebration. If you made it this far, drop a "I love being a woman" in the comments, so I know you're part of our community of women who shine from within. What you learned today is just the beginning. My ebook, More Elegant Than Ever, will show you how to dress for your body type, choose your best colors, and so much more. The link's in the description, and only the first ones to grab it will get all the exclusive content, because you deserve to look like a queen.